All right, guys, we're live. Hopefully, you guys can see me. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I'm in the Philippines right now. I'm actually in the provinces up in the mountains, so it may be hard to get reception up here. It may go out. I'm not sure yet, and that's partially why I've somewhat been out of the loop here when it comes to the sport of boxing. I've been hearing things here and there, just spotty information on what's going on in the sport, and it just seems like there's a lot that is going on right now in the sport of boxing. Uh, some good news I thought I heard. Um Alexander Usyk and Deontay Wilder uh, are, I don't know if they're finalizing or if it's in talks or in the works for July the 11th in San Francisco. That's a fight I'm looking forward to. I think this is an opportunity for Deontay Wilder to accomplish his goal of becoming undisputed. Even though Usyk isn't undisputed right now, I think he holds three titles. I think he vacated one. So if Wilder was able to pull this off, that would give Wilder an opportunity to become a full-fledged undisputed champion. That was his whole thing: one face, one name, and I think I think that would be excellent for him. But Usyk, you guys know what he brings to the table. This would be definitely an uphill battle for Wilder, excuse me. And I really can't see Wilder winning the fight, being that Usyk is such a skilled fighter. And you guys know who watch the channel that I'm a big proponent on skill set. And Wilder does have the great equalizer. One punch in the heavyweight division can change everything. So if Wilder's able to land that right hand flush, he could, knock Usyk out. So I think, you know, he has a puncher's chance to win the fight. But I am excited that, he may get an opportunity before, going off into the sunset to maybe, become an undisputed champion. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, they're talking about San Francisco, I think July the 11th. That's what I'm hearing. Uh, if you guys are just coming on, I explained at the beginning that I'm out in the Philippines, I'm out in the province, so things may be kind of spotty. I don't know if this is going to go out or not, and I haven't really been able to keep up with everything because I can't see everything, I can't hear everything. Uh, Internet's just bad up here. It's a lot better when I was in Manila, but now I'm in the provinces. Now, another thing I've been hearing bits and pieces of is Gervonta Tank Davis is wanted, and I'm not sure if he's on the run or not. And this isn't good. I got to be honest with you guys. This isn't good for Tank Davis. Putting your hands on a woman. That is. Let me say this: putting your hands on a woman, man. If you're that angry and that upset, just walk away. I mean, let this be a valuable lesson. They're always going to make. They're always going to make people with money and people who do things like this. They're always going to make an example out of them, and I think they're going to try to make an example out of Gervonta Tank Davis because he's a celebrity, because he's a boxer, and he's really not helping out his situation. If he is on the run, I don't know if he's on the run or not, but it's not a good look. I heard that they raided his house, so yeah, it's not good. It's not looking good for Tank Davis, but I don't want to completely throw him under the bus yet. I'm gonna let it play out, and like I said, I don't have a whole lot of access up here in the mountains up here in the Philippines. I'm surprised I was able to get on now just to speak to you guys about some of this stuff. So, and also I heard about Brian Orman Jr. Getting rid of his dad as his head trainer. Uh, wow, you know, How do I feel about that? I guess a little conflicted. You know, you see oftentimes when guys are on a winning streak. Take for example Derrick James, when Derrick James was, you know, making champions out of Errol Spence Jr., making champions out of Jermell Charlo. When things were good, you know, he was the best thing since sliced bread. But when you lose a fight, then, you know, people always want to blame the trainer or blame their father. You know, I understand that, you know, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, but, you know, I don't know. I just don't believe in firing family. I just, it's just something that you know, I usually don't rock with. I usually don't rock with that. Like I said, I know that, you know, he has some things that he probably has to improve as a fighter, some things that were exposed in the fight with Devin Haney. But man, throwing your father under the bus like that, you know, it's pretty wild to me. You know, so I know some of you guys may disagree with that. But you know, we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if he improves as a fighter. Uh, I don't know. We'll see about that. But like I said, guys, I'm here in the province. It's hot as hell up here. I'm not gonna kid you guys. And I just wanted to check in. Like I said, I can't see everything, so I don't have enough information on everything, you know, to make great videos. And even if I could make a video, I don't even know if I can upload. But I just wanted to check in. You guys let me know what you think about Wilder and Usyk. You know, possibly going head to head. Who do you have? Do you think Wilder can pull it off? You think Usyk is just too skilled? What do you think about Gervonta Tank Davis' situation with, you know, being on the run? I'm hoping that's not true, but we'll see. But anyway, you guys let me know what you feel about it. What do we have here? Shakur Stevenson. You know, I'm still kind of looking at that Shakur Stevenson fight myself with him and T.O. I still see that fight as a 50-50 fight. Um, we'll see, though, man. I'm probably leaning more towards Shakur to win because I'm a big fan of pure boxing. You know, I typically pick the pure boxer to beat, you know, the power guy. You know, I know that's an unpopular thing in the sport right now, but that's the way I see it. A guy with superior skill set, you know, he's able to make better adjustments in a fight. It's not always about having knockout power. And I know a lot of people are into the knockout power situation. I get that, you know, you want to be entertained, but I think, you know, it's boxing, you should be well rounded. You know, everybody's not going to be blessed with power, so you have to work on other things, you know, and those things can lead you to victory. Look how Floyd Mayweather, after, you know, his hands got brittle, how he was able to, you know, defeat all these opponents because he was a very skilled, very disciplined fighter. And I think, you know, that can go a long way in the sport. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna actually try to walk to the beach. There's a beach out here somewhere. I'm way up. I wish I could show you guys, but we'll see. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys next time. It's your boy CMB, and I'm out. Peace.